Hello and welcome into another video commentary of Pathfinder 2, patch 1.09 version 2. Today we are on Forts of Anduin 2, which is a reskin for Forts of Eisen, and we are going to be casting my own replay. I'm going to be playing as Isengard and my opponent's going to be man player Okyun. So Okyun decided to start with double farm. While I haven't chosen a power point yet, I choose Vision of Palantir to check out on my opponent what he's about to do, what is his idea, and in the meantime I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with another builder. And it seems that it's going to be a barrack. Forward Isengard racks, just to see if it's going to work. Spoilers, it's not going to work. Well, my opponent decided to go for barrack as well. His barrack is going to be created faster than mine. Actually, if we start at the same time, this barrack is going to be faster. In the meantime, I decided to go for another furnace, and my opponent is going for another farm. Let's check his power points. Nothing yet. 500 resources, 350 combine points. And as you can see, we built those two structures almost at the same time. So it was like a nail in the coffin for me. Another farm on the side in order to produce more stuff. In the meantime, another builder is moving forward, going with a forward barrack, it seems. I haven't saw it at first, but nice placement near this rock. He decided to go for Radical, really nice choice. While you want to destroy this structure as fast as possible, I'm going for Work Sentry because of trampling ability, but Work Sentry takes forever to build. And we are exchanging barracks at the moment. He got level 2.5 out of this, while I'm still working on his barrack, and this sentry wasn't able to be built, so it's got to be cancelled. In the meantime, he's going to creep on the side, which is a nice additional idea. He already got pretty decent setup, 300 resources, 400 combine points, forcing me to get away with a builder. In the meantime, also creeping for 300 resources and level up out of the Warclad on the side. In the meantime, I've got 1k resources and well, going for Wark Riders, because my opponent as of this time got only 2 battalions of like Gondor soldiers, so this is what I saw. Command player is creeping. Isengard is deciding what he's going to do. It's going to be rather lures at this point, or maybe I'm waiting. I don't really remember, that was played a couple of days ago, and I think I was waiting for Wark Riders first, then maybe a hero. Yes, Wark Riders first, then maybe a hero, because I saw those Gondor soldiers, so I don't want to be catched off guard and lost all those furnaces. Another Palantir was used to increase the speed of Uruk-hais, although I stopped for a minute. I saw the barrack is going to be recreated, so I think, okay, he's now starting to recreate the barrack, a little bit too late. And in the meantime, he's creeping me, he is destroying my furnaces, forcing me to cancel a couple of structures. Now 1k resource for him. My battalion is still running around, trying to check the entire map, at least this side. And in the meantime, I'm trying to deal as much damage as possible, hold grandstands from the Gondor soldiers, really good idea. I should definitely trample. We got lures on the battlefield. My opponent got 2 power points, I got only 1 because I wasn't able actually to creep that much and destroy structures. He got the moment free, 1000 resources and 50. So this is a nice additional bunch of resources, 700 almost combine points, also really good. And so he's creeping, he got control over the map, to be honest, and I'm trying to, I think, survive at this point of the game. Let's check my combine points, 350 and lures, and only 100 is been used. So I now discovered this barrack was able to level up to level 3, but he will get all the treasures, 300 resources from my opponent. He got 2k resources. He should definitely spend it on heroes. First of all, banners and then heroes. This is additional what you like to do, or you can go also for forward siege works and end this game. As I watched this replay, he could end me fairly quickly. I got only 3 power points, so there is no way for me to counter the rallying call, and now he's spreading the units, doing decent job over there, and dealing damage to few structures at the same time, forcing me to cancel the work pit and transition towards something else. As we can see, I got only one unit in the battlefield actually, which is this lures. We are not counting those work riders that are fighting on the side, and those Uruk-hais. They're not going to do anything against war chanted, or rather rallying called Swords of Gondor. Lurs is leveling up, and I was forced to cancel lots of structures at this point. Really good job by a man player, to be honest, at this point of the game. 700 command points for him. As we can see, he got himself stables. He's not doing anything with stables. He got 3k resources. It should end the game, to be honest. And he's not going for any heroes. He got banner carry, so this is really important to get banner carry, to get 10% of lower the cost of heroes. And now he's going for heroes. This is good. This is looking really good for man player, to be honest. Lures low in health. I was able to cancel the wall hub, trying to retreat with the help of Vision of Palantir. Nothing in the base actually at this point. Work Rider has been catch and killed. Also, they're on level 2, and we are going to trample some of those Gondor soldiers. 5 power points at the moment. We can go for Carabines. He got himself 5 power points as well, because there is Manwood used, and we can debuff this area at this point. Lures low on health, almost level 5, 700 command points at the moment for man player. We are going to skip into the base of the man player. We got Aragorn on the battlefield, 1k resources at the moment, 700 command points map control against Isengard, 300 command points, no resources, to be honest. Fortress upgrade is used to heal units nearby, and Isengard is still in danger, still got to fight for his life. Aragorn is coming up, Lures leveling up to level 5, Creep available and Carnage available for the Isengard player. In the meantime, man player decided to go for Rohirrims, which is a good choice. Rohirrims dealing splash damage, they are definitely better than Work Riders, maybe not Work Riders on level 3, but definitely better than Work Riders. In the meantime, Isengard player is able to push back the opponent, but there is an Aragorn already. He's at the moment on level 1. Man player could definitely move forward with units. He got 2k resources at this point, going for another barrack to push the Isengard player into oblivion, and this is a good choice. Hold grand position on the heroes. It's lower their speed, so definitely something that you shouldn't do. Rally call being used, and now he's going into attack mode for some reason. We got only 2 battalions of the Isengard and the Lures on the battlefield, and now it's going to be a cripple towards Aragorn. Aragorn is still level 1, no Blade Master, no additional armor and damage deal breaker here, and Tower Guards plus Gondor soldiers are going to be split and killed, one by Work Riders and another by the Uruk-hais. Aragorn decided to get away, the plan doesn't work out, and wait for another additional units to appear on the battlefield. 900 resources, command points at the moment for the man player, 6 power points for him, and lots of resources, which is 2k at this point. For the Isengard got himself 400 command points. He's going to lose this Uruk pit, or been scouted at least by the man player. Man player is going for another barrack, so additional push back the opponent as far as possible, as much as possible. And here we go, another trample, level 4 for the Work Riders. Aragorn is trying to get away. There is a Vision of Palantir, there is also Atalas for the man player, and we'll see how it goes. There is a Palantir, there is a heal used, level 2 for Aragorn, there is a Blade Master, and Atalas was used. Is it going to be enough? War chant. We're going into the pikes. Is it enough? It seems like Lurs got to get away as fast as possible, and 2 battalions of Uruk-hais are chasing the Aragorn. He used the Atelas, he used the Blade Master, and now he is vulnerable to be killed. And he's killed as well. Lurs is going back near the fortress in order to heal himself. In the meantime, Boromir on the battlefield. For the man player, Rohirrim as well, 2 battalions, first on the way. 1k resources at the moment, and 950 command points. So really good job over there, quoting units in both of those barracks. He's producing as much as possible. This is really good. On the side of Isengard player, 350 command points. Another barrack coming up to play, but Isengard doesn't have lots of units at this point of the game, trying to deny access towards a barrack from the man player. Man player is losing the barrack, 5 power points at the moment to be used by the Isengard player, while Man of the West got already 6. Rohirrim has been killed, and this is maybe why you shouldn't send your units one by one at this point of the game. Man player is sending unit after unit instead of combine them together. Boromir is still standing here doing completely nothing. On the side, those throwing down a wall up for some reason man player did, but he will be able to take down the barrack before the Warg Riders appear and crush them. Lurs is still low on health, got to heal near the barrack, near the fortress, alongside the battalion of Uruk-hais. Still only infantry. Now he's even creeping with Warg Rider, with Rohirrims, which is possible but not really worth it. Boromir is still not moving at all. We got some Uruk-hais on level 5. There is Manwood also used. There is no Crab-Eyes to debuff the units, and Isengard player got to get away as fast as possible. Warg Riders on level 3 save and sound. No power points available for the Isengard player at this point. And we get Tom Bombadil as a power point for the man player Okun. Boromir is moving up. We got 2k resources for the man player at the moment. And we got Aragorn back on the battlefield. He is on level 2 at this point. Isengard still in trouble. Tom Bombadil is going to be used. Farsight as well. And all those units will be forced to get away, run away as fast as possible. Sonic Song is going to be used as well. Lots of Uruk-hais are flying, but the most important unit, the Warg Riders, are still alive. So it's time to get away as fast as possible, not being catched by the Tom Bombadil at this point of the game. More and more units dealing damage towards furnaces. Isengard player is trying to recreate the furnaces. He got only 1 battalion level 5 actually of Uruk-hais on the side. Boromir is moving on. Aragorn is pressuring as well. Tom Bombadil is still on the air. Running Call was used. Cripple was used on the Boromir, and the debuff was used in form of Crab-Eyes over there. Tom Bombadil will disappear. Last Stunning Song may be used, but nothing else. Blade Master onto the fortress, and as we can see, he's not dealing that much damage as in 1.06. This is why everyone is so happy. We got Berserkers on the side of Isengard player, and 2 battalions of Uruk-hais, also of Rohirrim still here. Boromir low in health. Heal was used to heal Aragorn especially, and Boromir. Aragorn low in health and is going to be killed, and it's almost 1k resource for the Isengard player because of the pillage ability of Lurs. Boromir is still on the battlefield. Hobbit Alliance will be summoned. Rohirrim has been cleared up almost, and Hobbit Alliance are going now to deal damage. Let's see if man player is going to use any abilities of the hobbits. It seems that those hobbits are falling down faster than they can use the abilities. Boromir been killed also. Low on health fortress for the Isengard player. Let's check his power points. We got Devastation and 6 power points. Also 3k resources in the bank, no command points to be used, they all filled 300 command points for the Isengard player, filled all of them. You get Gandalf on the battlefield out of the Man of the West player, he got to reboard himself those Boromir and Aragorn on the battlefield also. And we are moving on with the game. Gandalf on the battlefield by himself, 1k command points I presume for the Man of the West player at the moment. All the power points been used, also heal. Uruk-hai battalion level 5 are going to deal decent amount of damage towards Barak. This Barak is going to be taken down fairly quickly, and we are moving forward. I don't know why Gandalf is in the middle of the river. Maybe it's a flag put in here. There is a lures, and he may actually cripple our Gandalf boy here, trying to deny a Wizard Blast, preoccupied formation, so Wizard Blast is not going to kill them. Also, they got the additional leadership out of the Almighty Luz, so they are going to deal more and more damage. Boromir on the battlefield, but he's only a level 2, so it's not possible for him to do anything. Really good bubble over here. You cannot get knocked down or deal damage for like 5 seconds. But anyway, Gandalf been killed, and 1k resources because of that pillage goes towards the Isengard player. We got more and more, level 7 at the moment for Uruk-hais on the side. Boromir got to get away, used the Horn of Gondor, got level 3. Isengard doesn't have an available nor Devastation nor Vision of Palantir to catch the Boromir, so it's not going to be possible for him. Whitesman of Dalan been summoned, and the Barak in danger. Wormtongue on the battlefield at the meantime. Fortress is going to be recreated, or trying to recreate himself, rebuilding from time to time. Aragorn back on the battlefield, and it forced the Isengard forces to get away after destroying the farm. We saw that the Blade Master was used, so there is no point in fighting this. Aragorn received level 3, and Isengard player is still putting pressure at the moment for the first time in the entire game. He's putting a pressure towards his opponent. 3k command resources at the moment for the Isengard player, almost as he's spending the resources, and 2k resources at the moment for the man player also, but the Pillage is dealing decent amount of damage and also getting the resources towards the Isengard player. Gandalf back on the battlefield, Aragorn and Boromir as well. A really good combo back in 2006, 1.06 like combo. All of the heroes over there we can see on display on the side of Man of the West, and we can see that also Lurs will be killed by the Rohirrims, not able to escape his fate. Almost 10 power points for the Isengard player. Warthog on the battlefield wasn't able to deal any kind of damage, 450 command points. Lurs will be coming back, I guess. And on the side of Man of the West player, we can see that there is lots of resources, lots of units running around. Actually, not that much, 200 only. And Aragorn been killed by the Berserkers alongside Wormtongue. We skip and haven't saw this. Venom Wards stopped him from moving, to be honest, and that was really hard for him, although heal was available. Now he's trying to get away. With Gandalf and Boromir received devastation onto their heads. There is an Horn of Gondor, also the heal, and it will force all those units from Isengard player to get away. Escape was used by the Wormtongue, so this battalion is not going to be killed, and Lightning Sword is going to be used to deal additional damage towards the remaining units, while Wormtongue is going to get away as fast as possible. Good use of the power points by the Man of the West player, able to escape his fate and receiving more and more power points for himself. In the meantime, Isengard player is dealing damage on the side, trying to lower the amount of command points that Man of the West possessed. Level 10 on the Warg Riders. This is really nice. And now we can see that both the players got low and really low amount of command points field. As we can see, only 150 command points for, or 200 command points at this moment for Man of the West player, and 200 as well for the Isengard player. Isengard player got only like 500 command points to be filled, while his opponent got 1k still up and running for him. Fortress for the Isengard player is not yet fully operated. It's still low in health. More and more barracks, some additional towers, some archer ranges have been added up towards the Man of the West composition, and he's going to create a wall on the top side. In the meantime, Gandalf received level 3, so it calls for the mountain unit. We get Saruman on the battlefield for the first time, so two wizards are going to be fighting each other shortly, and we got Aragorn and Boromir trying to assist Gandalf. Venom Words was used actually out of possession because Gandalf unexpectedly not decided to get away. Lures is back on the battlefield, some pikes as well. 500 command points at the moment for the Isengard player field, and 600 for the Man of the West. He got himself Tom Bombadil, Hobbit Alliance, Humanwood, and Running Call and Fable, so this is also important. As we can see, Isengard got nothing available as for the power points except to War Chant at this point, and Crab Eyes. More and more units, 2 battalions of Rohirrims on the side also. And the fortress is trying to rebuild itself. For the Isengard player for a while now, Man player haven't get any trouble from the game, in this game yet. That much at least. Hobbit Lion has been summoned, and some Merries and Hobbits are going to be killed. Here we go. Whitesman of Downland summon. Horn of Gondor is going to be used. Tom Bombadil to kill a couple of units on the side. Cripple was used onto the Gandalf. Wizard Plus is going to be used. Rohirrims are going towards the fortress. Aragorn is trying to deal some damage towards actually Saruman, and he is now changing the direction and going for the fortress. There is a fireball in order to knock down the Boromir Aragorn for the time being. Low on health Warthog, he got to get away as fast as possible, and he will not be able to do it. Gandalf was able to escape his fate. In the meantime, Boromir is going down, and the fortress is standing strong still. Fortress for the Isengard player is here. It's going to stay with us. And also Gandalf been killed by the almighty Berserker. Also Aragorn fall down. Decent attack out of the Man of the West player, but not really effective. He is going for wall hubs on the side of the map, so the Isengard player is not able to go anywhere near those two sides, left and right. He may go only towards the middle, and we got Cloudbreak at the moment available for the Man of the West player, while Isengard player decided to go for Frozen Rain. Armory up and running, and here we go. Cloudbreak was used, but as we can see, even if Isengard player is using Frozen Rain, the effect of stun is not going down. Even if you got Work Riders on level 10, the stun is going to work on them. It's not like Horn of Gondor of the Boromir. Isengard player is pushing forward, dealing some damage towards the farms, trying to spread units also, but got to be really cautious about the heroes of the opponent. More and more units, 700 command points also for Isengard player to be filled, first time in this game. Wormtongue back on the battlefield, level 4 for him at the moment, while Man of the West player doesn't yet possess these heroes back. He's going for another tower extensions, and we got Gandalf on the battlefield though. but only Gandalf, and it may not work well for him. Rohirrims are being killed here. And there is a cripple. Gandalf will be forced to use his Wizard Blast. It's going to be used. Devastation is going to be used to stop all those units. Gandalf really low on health. There is a heal use on the Gandalf. And there comes Aragorn also. There is a Datalas, and it calls for retreat on the side of Isengard player, it seems. Boromir back on the battlefield. Wortmann is standing here doing nothing, waiting for his time to appear on the battlefield. It seems that it's really hard to micro all those units. And Aragorn catch and kill by the Wark Riders with the War Chant and Palantir used. And they've been able to retreat. You don't want to lose such a battalion, actually. And we got 2k resources at the moment for the Isengard player. And it's the second time that the Isengard player got the room to breathe in this matchup. Gandalf will dismount his horse at this point. Horn of Gondor was used and it catch those units over here. Now, Lightning Sword was used also, but on all of those units, not only heroes, so it allows Isengard player to get away. Let's see if he's got some power points. He got heal, so it should be okay. Warthog is catching up towards the other heroes, and in the meantime let's check it out. Some lumber mills are going to be seen of the Isengard player, and man player is not going for upgrades though. This is super weird. As we can see, he got a amount of resource to go for blacksmith, and he's not doing it. Wizard Blast almost was used. And here we go. There is a Wizard Blast. The Venom Words was used. Heal as well of the Isengard player. Bubble was used. Carnage onto the Gandalf. And Aragorn is back on the battlefield. Oh, Atlas is going to be used? No. Lures is down. Aragorn is here using his Aragorn Blade Master, and even Saruman was killed. So it's an exchange of wizards. Both Gandalf and Saruman are gone. Now Isengard player decided to go for upgrades. He got both the upgrades necessary. He's got upgraded fortress, and his fortress is starting to look well. For the first time. Splash damage towards Rohirrims, and those Rohirrims are going to be killed by one single Berserker. Level 5 for Aragorn, level 5 for Boromir. So Boromir possessed his leadership. The man player is not creating more and more units, which he should, because he got enough resource for doing this. Also, going for upgrades is a good choice, but we cannot see this happening at the moment. The Venom was used in order to escape with the Worm Tongue. Upgraded units, fortress is looking way better. On the side of Man of the West, Hobbit Alliance and Tom Bombadil are available. Cloudbreak no yet. Gandalf back on the battlefield, definitely with his horse, and he could be mounted. And still, Isengard players is close, as we can see near those wall hubs. Cannot do anything with it. No, Rohirrims are going to be killed. We got Marketplace on the side and Stables, another Stables on the side it seems, out of the Man of the West player, but we are not able to see Blacksmith yet. We are not able to see any additional Blacksmith of upgrade of the fortress in this point of the game. In the meantime, Saruman is back. Lures should follow shortly. Man of the West is not attacking his opponent. He is now starting to create units, it seems. Is there going to be a blacksmith? It should be a blacksmith. He got Marketplace, so why there is no blacksmith? He got decent amount of combine points. He got decent amount of farms. Gandalf almost on level 5, as well as Saruman. Is he going to be trampled here? Devastation was used. Heal was used. And this is it. Gandalf was completely wasted here. I don't know why a man player decided to move along like that. Saruman was used the Speechcraft to level up pikes, as well as berserkers, give them more experience, and now we can move forward. Isengard player can move forward. Heal was used by the Man of the West player, level 5.5 for Saruman. Warnock also should level up out of the kill of the Gandalf. It seems he haven't. Spread of the units, here we go. Horn of Gondor was used, Hobbit Lions are used also, but those units were spread, so those 3 battalions over there has not been catched by the almighty Horn of Gondor. There is the debuff coming up. Tom Bombadil in the back, Wildman Donald also, and we'll see how it goes. Venom Wards onto the heroes. Aragorn is using his Blade Master. Cloudbreak was used, so all those units for the Isengard player are stunned at the moment. But here we go also with Frozen Rain and the Vision of Palantir. Carnage is going to be used also, and Boromir is trying to get away. There is still a Telas. We can see the arrow volley used as well, dealing decent amount of damage. Boromir is maybe killed. Oh, he's still fighting. Aragorn low in health. He got a Telas, he can use it. Boromir has been killed. Aragorn being chased. Atlas was used to save him. The rest of the army is going down to heal itself, and let's see. No, Gandalf been catch and killed also. Gandalf on the battlefield, level 5 for him, level almost 6 for the Saruman. So Battle of the Wizards is not going to be here and now. Isengard is going to escape his fate, going to get away as fast as possible. Not lots of units for him. Warntong level 5, but it seems that this Gandalf is going on his own with the Lightning Sword. There is a heal available for the Isengard player. Saruman low in health. Warntong get killed, and Isengard player decided that this is it. He cannot interrupt, he cannot kill this Gandalf at this point of the game. He got to get away. In the meantime, some Rohirrims up and running, with the running call debuffed by the Frozen Rain. We can see that Isengard player possessed Fury of Fire, so more and more additional lumber mills should be added into the mix. Work Riders level 10 that Isengard player doesn't even look at, so he haven't seen them. Level 6 for the Saruman at this point. Another Wizard Blast. Battle of Wizards. Heal was used, but I don't think so it's enough. There is another heal, but as we can see, Saruman against Gandalf is not the best choice. Especially without power points. And Saruman got to get away. We got 10k resources at the moment for Isengard and 4k for the man player. and both the heroes are coming back to life. So we got Aragorn and Boromir back on the battlefield, level 3 on the archer range. We can see additional infantry units and riders will be there shortly. And let's check it out if the man player decided to go for blacksmith. There is a blacksmith, he got it on level 2, not yet get any upgrades, which should be done already. Work riders on level 10 been upgraded and on full health. And there will be another skirmish, it seems. Lonely Tower added to the mix. Cripple onto the Gandalf. It seems that Anduin doesn't realize what's just happening over here. Oh, he could use Atalas and heal this Gandalf, but he wasn't here on time and Atalas was too late. Almost 2k resources for the Isengard player at the moment. Theoden on the battlefield, tier 1 hero. More and more Rohirrim has been killed on the side. Ballistas will be added into position in order to destroy this wall hub and the entire wall with it. And we get first ballista shots and upgrades for the man player. Speechcraft is going to be used onto the units to level them up, except of course those work riders that are already on level 10. Aragorn and Boromir plus Theoden moving forward. No power points available, heal almost available though. On the other side we got Devastation, Warchant, Palantir, Carabines, almost Wildsmen of Dunland, some ballista shots on the side. Horn of Gondor was used, but there is no follow-up. And a little bit of wasted Horn of Gondor, if you ask me. And now it's time for Isengard to move forward, deal some damage. Heal not yet available for the Isengard player, and Warg Riders almost killed. Almost killed. One Warg still on the battlefield, but I think he may be killed also. No, he's still alive. At least for now. Nice. Carabines are going to be used. Carabines are used. Aragorn Blade Master a little bit out of position. Level 6 for Wormtongue. Venom Ward's been used. Aragorn in the mix. Then Backstab is going to be used. Poison over time. Heal was used by the Man of the West player. Aragorn has been punched, so he's going to get away out of the Wormtongue. Atalas as well, and he can move on. But there is a devastation to stop him from moving. And he's been killed. Gandalf back on the battlefield, lighting sword into the units. And Saruman, Hobbit Alliance been summoned to force the entire army of Isengard to get away, to run for their lives. 23 power points at the moment for the Isengard player and 19 for the man player at this point of the game. More ballistas on the battlefield in order to deal a decent amount of damage towards this wall over here in the top side of the map. Warg Riders heal themselves fairly well. More and more ballista shots. And it seems that this banner carry of pikes on level 4 are going to be still operating here. Arrow volley been used, but we are near the fortress of the Isengard, so there will be no follow-up. I like those spikes standing here near the stables of the opponent. Now we can see that Isengard player realizes what's going to happen and the stable is going to be taken down. Cloudbraid ready, 20 power points at the moment for Man of the West player, 300 combine points field, 24 power points available for the Isengard player also, and almost all the command points field, 90,000 resources out of the Devastation, Fury of Fire, and Whitesmoon Down and Summon. And heroes, level of the heroes, Warthog level 7 almost, level 7 Saruman, and level 10 on Lures. On the other side we can see level 5, almost level 6 Gandalf, level 6 Boromir, level 1 Theoden, and Aragorn was around level 6 if I'm not mistaken. Horn of Gondor been used, Tom Bombadil summon as well. Good to Wizard Blast and Sonic Songs in order to force the entire army of Isengard to get away as fast as possible. I don't know why Man of the West player doesn't possess units in this point of the game. This makes no sense. Army of the Dead is going to be summoned out of 25 power points, really good choice in order to clear up. Warthog has been killed. Saruman is trying to escape as well as Lures. And this is a way better choice to go for Army of the Dead than to go for Earthquake, just because you can earn more and more power points out of this. Definitely if you're going to kill decent and big army. Palantir was used to try escape the fate, but Lure's been catched and killed. Let's see what's going to happen with Saruman. He is close to be killed as well. He cannot outmaneuver, and this is it. Both the heroes are going to be killed, and Warg Riders on level 10, I think, yes, as well. So big losses out of the Isengard player. Lost all his heroes and Warg Riders on level 10 that were with him from the almost very beginning of the game. We can see some explosive mines of the battlefield also out of the Isengard player. He was able to clear up this side with stables and marketplace, and is moving forward towards the opponent's base. Upgraded fortress, which is really important. 9,000, 8,000 resources for the man player at this point, while Isengard player got 19,000, but he got to regain his heroes. We got 24 power points for Isengard player, which is Dragon Strike. After goes Fury of Fire and Frozen Rain. No, Theoden low on health. He shouldn't fight alone against level 5 pikes, but there is Aragorn with Blade Master, and he is going to clear up this very quickly. Level 6 for him, almost level 7 for the almighty Gand of the White. In the meantime, he's going for some catapults and siege works. Nicely done. And what is Isengard players doing? Going for units. More and more units, couple of ballistas maybe. And running around with his heroes to not allow them, and rather units than heroes to not allow them to be killed, and maybe heal near the fortress. As we can see already, 12 power points for the Man of the West player. And he is creeping the last remaining, almost last remaining, but there is another one of the trollers that could be catch and killed. Leveling up heroes, especially Theoden, which was on level 4 at the moment. Upgrade for Man of the West kicking in, although he got this blacksmith for a while at the moment. Saruman is back on the field, he's on level 7 at this point. Lots of power points available for Man of the West player. Isengard player also got all his power points available, and 10 power points also to be used on something. Couple of ballistas to clear up the wall. Lords on the battlefield, and there is a Wormtongue also, level 7 almost for him. Wizard Blast was used in order to knock them down, lower their health, and maybe kill some of them in the process. Heal will be forced to be used here. Lots of catapults are going to be destroyed by the Isengard forces. Gandalf is here to save them. Istari Light on level 7 available. Hobbit Lion summon in order to catch Saruman and kill him. While in the meantime Aragorn and Theoden on the side of the map. Wizard Blast, another Wizard Blast available, so it's going to be used. The worst I ever seen, but it was used. Level 7 for Wormtongue and 15 power points for the Isengard player at the moment available. 122 for the 22 for the Man of the West player. It calls for the Earthquake. Boromir over here with mix of the units. Cripple is going to be used and Boromir may be killed. Boromir been killed. Arrow volley was too fast, and also the Aragorn been killed by the almighty ballistas. 25 power points at the moment for Man of the West player. There is an Earthquake. Theoden low in health. Those ballistas are doing a really decent job over there, dealing damage towards those heroes. And it seems that he is going to be forced to get away as fast as possible, but not before leveling up and taking down the lumber mill with him. Gandalf still on the battlefield. He's going to be mounted level 7.5 on the Saruman. Let's check the Saruman. Where is he? He's over there, level 7. So they are neck and neck. And who's going to get level 10 faster? Who is going to get Word of Power? Or the new power is rising, which is called Word of Power also for the Saruman. So it's a battle of Word of Powers. Rangers, first time on the battlefield by the Man of the West player. Venom words were used, not really necessary. Work Riders in the back could finish the job anyway. More and more units for the Man of the West player. He's moving towards the middle only, and he's going back with Gandalf to save the day, to save the fortress, to save the amount of structures, because this fortress is pretty well defended. Some Rohirrim is trying to destroy the lumber mill level 3. And here we go. There was a dragon strike killing not only Theoden that just appeared from the fortress, but also Gandalf. Dragon strike will get away. Couple of structures went down, couple of them still alive. But it's not enough for the Isengard player to decide to go into the base of the opponent and deal damage. He got to retreat. 23 power points for him, almost 25, almost level 8 on the Saruman. Tomb Bombarded been summoned. There is a Sonic Song used. Cloudbreak is also available. And 3000 resources for him already been used to recover Gandalf. Tomb Bombarded been killed, almost level 8 for the Saruman also, and almost 25 power points. Now we got 24 power points for the Isengard player, so it's going to be Dragon Summon out of him. Entire wall been almost destroyed by the Isengard player on both sides. And here we go, there is a Summon Dragon for the Isengard player. Boromir and Aragorn back on the battlefield. Boromir level 7 as well as Aragorn. Dragon been summoned in order to deal this amount of damage towards heroes. Hold grandstands in order to withstand the Breath of Fire out of this standalone dragon, which is a good choice. Palantir was used. And we are chasing heroes. We are just now chasing heroes. Cripple was used, but Aragorn was out of position. The builder been killed. And Summon Dragon is still chasing the Aragorn, the only threat towards this entire army. He need help, there is an Atlas used. But he still needs help. Tower Guard's almost been killed. And Aragorn also been taken down. And now we're leveling up Saruman at this point. One of them is checking the entire base of the Isengard player. Gandalf back on the battlefield. Level 9, 8 at the moment for the Saruman. Actually, this game could be over. His Starry Light used. Heal as well. Lightning Sword into the Saruman. Saruman is going to punch Gandalf, force him to get away. Heal was used and we got level 8 for the Gandalf at this point. I got to be honest, a little bit over exaggeration over there. There is only Gandalf, nothing else. And all those other heroes are waiting for nothing, to be honest. But at this point it's just actually for fun, it seems. Lots of ballistas, lots of resources, 36,000 resources against like 2,000. But this is the power of Isengard late game. Having all the power points. Never waste any resource industry ready to be used. So Isengard player is missing water only, while the Man of the West is missing the Lonely Tower and Rohirrim's plus Rangers. Cripple was used, Palantir as well. Bubble to defend, and after bubble we can deal damage. Horn of Gondor was used, so those units are going to stay here, being unmoved, not going to be moving at all. But Aragorn on his own, there is an army of the dead and it's going to be used defensively once again. It forces the entire army of Isengard that is here to get away as fast as possible. Level almost 9 for the Gandalf. Let's see Saruman at this point, also level 9, so they are neck and neck. Devastation is not working on, as we can see on the Outbreakers, but I got to try. Well, almost get away out of the range of the Army of the Dead. Lurs is down. Another builder been killed. Level 8 for the Boromir. And the entire wave of the Isengard forces moving forward. You can see at this point of the game that it was only just for fun. Level 7 for Wormtongue at this point. Missed lightning from the fortress. all the resources of the map for the Isengard player, while Mandu's player is still sitting on 3k. Army of the Dead was used. There are not lots of big threats at the moment. Lightning Sword wasted, almost like 17 power points. Arrow Volley. Warchant was used. Ooh, Gandalf getting into the pikes. He deal himself really decent amount of damage. There is another Wizard Blast, level 9 for him. Venom Wards, Aragorn low in health, Atlas was used, but it's not enough, he wasn't in time. Almost level 10, level 9.5, because Aragorn wasn't high level. We get level 9, Boromir get the poisons, get the stab back, and there is level 10 for the Saruman. And this is everything that we are all waiting for. The new power is rising, word of power of the Isengard Saruman of the Isengard, how we should call him. Somehow definitely level 9 though for the Gandalf, so we're getting closer and closer. Almost level 9 for Wormtongue as well. Tomb of Battle also was used here to defend. 51,000 resources for the Isengard player. He is getting away with units and, more important, with heroes. Lures back on the battlefield. Gandalf still waiting for his teammates to appear. The stables is still operating, up and running. Gandalf is moving forward. At this point I think I was trying to just level up this hero. Yeah, I was just trying to level him up to level 10. Isengard player possessed all the necessary power points. Man player almost. Yeah, they were like banner carries. I let banner carries stay in the game so they can heal themselves because they're upgraded units, so you don't want to completely lose them, but you can level up Gandalf by sending units like that. Gandalf almost level 10, and this is what I like to see, because I would like to see his word of power also. On the side, some skirmish over there, nothing too important. Gandalf is leveling up out of the systematic cave troll. You can say that it's a little bit of stagnant game, but everything for the word of power out of Gandalf, to be honest. He's working towards it. He knew what to do. Another industry was used somewhere over there. I sent the builders because I got like target over here, so I sent all the units over there. In order to save those two builders, got to create a wall hub, move forward with units. Gandalf is still trying to level up, it's going to take a while. Saruman clear up this side, wall hub is coming up into the game. Boromir back on the battlefield. Gandalf is going to work towards something. Arrow volley was used, deal decent amount of damage but not killed any of those units. Speechcraft to level up units also. Wormtongue almost level 9, Gandalf almost level 10. And after those two wall hubs been created, it was a good time to create a wall. My opponent got all the power points, not only all the necessary, but all the power points that he can get out of the spellbook. Isengard player also possessed all the power points. Now man player is missing actually Ivy Tower if he's going to use those 16 power points. And wall is going to be created for the Isengard player. There is going to be another blast level 10 for Gandalf, and word of power immediately in order to clear up the room. 22 power points for him at this point. Aragorn and Boromir are still looking, and Saruman also with his own word of power. The new power is rising, will be there. Wall create on the side, wall on the middle, but not closed. You can go through there. More and more units. Let's force it forward a bit. Okay, and we got a skirmish. Gandalf been crippled, but there is an Aragorn. Devastation is used. There is an entire army, but there is only one guy over there, which is Lurs for some reason. I'm just starting to send the entire army. Aragorn's Blade Master was used. Backstab was used by the Warthog, but Heal is here to save him. Boromir on the side. Entire army of entire battalion of Rohirrim's been killed. And we are moving forward with our little skirmishes on this map, in this game. Army of the Dead not yet available for Man-to-West player, and Heal was used a couple of seconds ago. Theoden level 6 for him, Boromir level 8. On the other side, Warthog almost level 9, and the rest of the heroes are level 10. More builders, more mines in order to explode something. And Lurs was out of position. He will be catch and killed here. Most likely, yes. There is a heal, so maybe it's going to be used. No at all. But might have been blew up by the Saruman, and super low on health heroes at this point. And the new power is rising. I'm not using those units, this is weird. And domination hasn't been used. Oh, backstab is going to be used, heal was used. Aragorn low in health. But Horn of Gondor is here to save him. Saruman as well, really low in health. There is a Warthog going on. Tom Bombadil been summoned in the back. And they stopped, and there is a backstab. There is level 10 for Warthog. Well, immediately I was trying to take possession out of Gandalf, but it was too late. Warthog was killed and the charm wasn't here at all. And another explosion mine has been triggered. Lots of rangers went flying. The Rohan player is preparing, or rather Gondor player, Man of the West player is preparing his Rohirrims. Gandalf level 10. Mines everywhere as they are moving forward towards the opponent's base. And there is another mine that just exploded because of those rangers triggered it. Let's go forward with our replay a bit. There is a trigger mind, more towers in order to protect the side, because those two sides are completely cut off. Completely cut off, as you can see, completely. So Saruman on his own with the Dragon Strike and Dragon Summon. But there is Army of the Dead, Earthquake, everything. And Word of Power available for the Gandalf. And 22 power points for him. Out of this attack, an Isengard player got to get away as fast as possible. Theoden back on the battlefield used his King's Favor in order to level up Rohirrim's. Discover entire map, saw the entire map, got 5k resources for himself. Almost killing Warg Riders, but they will be able to heal. Also those will be able to heal Boromir and Aragorn back on the battlefield. Aragorn level almost 9. Eomer on the battlefield also. And 5k resources for Man of the West player, while Isengard got 64, 63 at the moment. But also Devastation is ready, Whitesman down ready, Fury of Fire is used all the time, consistent amount of resources. 2 barracks is added to the composition. Wormtongue back on the battlefield for the Isengard player. And here they go. Rohirrims are moving forward. Let's check it out. He got Earthquake, Army of the Dead, Rohirrim Alliance, and Dunedain Rangers. 22 power points, which are unusable actually, because only power point left is Lonely Tower for 10 power points for the Man of the West player. So he got essentially all the power points that he needs. Isengard player got himself pretty decent army. Again, all those 3 heroes, except Sharko of course, because Sharko is the 4th hero that Isengard player could create. And here we go, there we go. Possession of Gandalf as fast as possible. Waste all his power points. So as you can see, Gandalf and Saruman can work together from time to time. Wizard Blast used. But Wormtongue low in health. And he's going to be killed, unfortunately. Aragorn will use Atelas. There we go. Rohirrim Alliance. Watcher. Summon. But there is also an Earthquake. Into the fortress. Gandalf been crippled. But there is Army of the Dead. Heal was used. And there is only one thing that Isengard can do at this point. And there is using the Word of Power to clear up the Army of the Dead as fast as possible. And it just happened. Heal was used also. Boromir was saved here. Base low in health for the Isengard player. Theoden low in health also. Warchant was used. All the power points I think were used over here. Yes, also Dragon Summon. But the fortress has been defended in the meantime, because I forgot that I saved this fortress, I create another one. And actually my opponent, if you look at this, my opponent saw this, that I create the fortress over there. He's trying to take down this fortress, use all his abilities, trying to deal as much damage as possible. And there is a lightning sword, but It's not going to do that much damage. And Gandalf been killed. So I think we saw everything. We saw everything. Army of the Dead been killed by Word of Power, 2 Words of Power, Gandalf and Saruman working together. Well, we either saw Saruman lose, been killed by friendly fire, so I think we saw almost everything. 5k resources for the Man of the West player, while Isengard possesses 60k and another fortress. And at this point, Man of the West player realized that this fortress is not going to be cancelled, and he's been triggered about it, and decided to leave. So he's going to leave almost immediately. So we saw everything: flying heroes, dying heroes, both the Word of Powers, Gandalf and Saruman working together. Dragon killing Saruman, blowing rangers, whatever you want. Whatever you want was in this replay. And this is it. Okuan decided to leave the game while Warthog reappear on the map. Anyway, that's been a long 1 hour replay. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoy. If you wish, you can definitely subscribe, leave the comment in the comment section down below, and see you next time. Bye bye.